back in Sentinels the Multiverse. And unfortunately, you can see I'm running pretty late, so I didn't really have a lot of time to practice this one. And of course, it's the Advanced Edition one. So spooky, creepy stuff. It's that time of the year again, when things go bump in the night and your blood runs cold. There's no better place for a fright than the Court of Blood, where a creepy gang of villains are up to no good. And some spooky heroes have arrived to stop them. When you get to the door, tell them Boris sent you. So, is that supposed to be like a mashup of Monster Mash, Thriller, and probably something else? Anyway, we have Dark Heroes, the Dark Conductor, Writhe, and Dark Visionary. Kind of ironic that there's only 2 Dark Heroes, so to speak. But these guys for Halloween. And then this team, in case you're wondering, is because a lot of us have been bad-mouthing Writhe. And I say us because, yes, I'm part of it. So if you want to know the whole gimmick here, you have 2 sustained characters, Biomancer and Bugbear, with Umbral Siphon or something like that. I forget what the card is called. You can stop their healing. And once they don't have that anymore, they might go down easy. Like, one of the cool things is you can block a lot of the Fright Train stuff if you use the Shadow Cloak correctly. But yeah, we'll kind of see how this goes. We'll look at their advanced modes in the map. But the other thing to point out is this is the Court of Blood. So Writhe does deal infernal damage that can be amplified by unhallowed halls. That too will cut into their sustain. And then, of course, Visionary can twist the ether into something favorable. Anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Can you feel your flesh crawl? But of course, it crawls to me. Attend. I shall set the tempo for this conflict. Move to my beat and there will be victory. Fail to do so and you will dance macabre. So let's see what they start out with. Mr. Facsimile. Repliblade. Engine of Destruction, and then Blood Contract, or Blood Scent. Contract is a Greaser. Mass Rebirth, so that will revive his flesh children and heal him. That is his comeback card. Really, really overpowered card. Mr. Facsimile goes for the low man. So, let's see. Advanced rule at the start of his turn, if there are 3 or fewer villain targets in play, the top card of his deck is played, so he's going to basically call on reinforcements. Oh crud, how do I turn that off? There we go. For Fright Train, he deals an extra point of damage to everything. It's like the good side of Engine of Destruction's permanently on. Well, it stacks, so yeah, he can hurt. And then Bugbear. Blood Scent is indestructible, so you can't just pop that with... Actually, all 3 of these guys have a form of ongoing destruction. So this is my first time seeing the foil for Bugbear and Biomancer. I saw Fright Train already. So, let's see. For the Adept, you usually want to lead off with an instrument. We have the Lyra. We just need to get a Harmony and a Rhapsody in order to take advantage of this. I only hope that more virtuoso instruments have survived the ages. And of course, spooky, creepy stuff. In case you're wondering, you need guys for him to actually say that out loud. So for the first turn, I want to try to speed up the team setup. We are going to choose the Adept and Writhe. We have the Horn, which is worthless, and the portable Dark Lab. So I want the Dark Lab in play. We drew Inspiring Supertonic, so there's the Harmony we need. Just need a Rhapsody next. Unstoppable Momentum. This is going to hit Visionary since she's the highest HP. Never really thought I'd say that on turn 1, but eh. We're gonna get rid of Brain Burn. This is good for countering Repliblade, it just comes at too high a cost. And I should also point out those Moculi cards are flesh children. Mr. Facsimile has Driving Mantis in effect where he'll redirect 1 point of damage, and then he hits for 1 point of damage. He basically has Strike built into him. As for Repliblade, I don't know if that's supposed to be Mad Bomber Blade or what exactly, because he turns the number of cards in the trash into damage. gets very, very painful, man. Anyway, right here we don't have a lot to play with, so our best bet is to use unnerving targets so we can at least retaliate when we take damage. Tell me of your truths. Do you see the things I do? Hear that terrible voice? We're gonna play that card. And then we need our coat. Sink into shadow, fish it out from the deck. The cloak. I can feel the truth of its darkness, and the truth of myself. Outcome Stone Sacrifice. This isn't going to matter because I think Biomancer heals everything on his turn. Yeah, Biomancer, each flesh tile heals. Goes to Visionary. She's still the highest HP. Wow, man, wow. Visions of the most awful future can be rather disheartening. And is that supposed to be apostate? I'm not sure. Oh well. And then the question you have to ask yourself here is, which one of these three is the most dangerous? Bugbear is only really a problem once the others go down, so we're going to kind of ignore him until we can just burn him down. Which means you have Fright Train and Biomancer. I'm kind of concerned about Fright Train getting his really nasty one-shots out, so we're going to use this on him. Last Stop is a good card because there's not a lot of target. Well, it's like a 50-50 shot for the environment. Half of them are targets, half of them aren't. That's worth gambling for because this is kind of nasty. You have to give up cards or your hand. So for the top card, we are going to leave Last Stop. We drew Rest the Mind. Out comes the Angry Mob. They don't do anything on their first turn, if I remember correctly. So the Mass Rebirth pops on the environment turn. It can't do anything because nothing's dead. Reprobate hits Visionary for 1. Out comes the Homunculus. And there's that heal I was talking about. So 1 point of damage you want to steer into Writhe because the Shadow Cloak will protect you. For 2 points of damage, the Adept's on his own. So we want to start setting up here. As a result, we're going to play the Supertonic, Strike Swiftly. But the thing that may seem a little counterintuitive is the power alone isn't going to do much. You could like Dark Lab. That'd really be it. So we're going to use spooky, creepy stuff. And we're going to use this to try to manipulate Biomancer's deck while Visionary does Fright Train. So Biomancer and... yeah, we'll do Writhe. Friend or foe? Erratic Form. So we want to put Erratic Form into play. I'm telling you, that purple Shadow Man thing is bad news. We shouldn't be anywhere near it. Good advice, Raymanta. So Friend or Foe causes one of your guys to hit another guy. If someone hits Writhe, it's not that bad because the Shadow Cloak will protect him. If he hits someone else, then the Shadow Cloak's going to boost that, and that is not fun. So Last Stop, the environment card is Unhallowed Halls. That's a little bittersweet because that would resolve the healing problem immediately, but oh well. So it's time to use the Shadow Cloak. We're going to get rid of Distorted Perception. This is an AoE card, but the thing is we need to zero out people in order to take them down from most threatening to least threatening. So a lot of his cards seem to involve the Slaughterhouse 6. Anyway, goodbye Distorted Perception. And blocked. Suck on that, Fright Train. So what we're going to do here is we can use Lurking Shadows to boost his power. That will, in turn, give us a power to use, and then we can use the Dark Lab to fish for a one-shot. And ideally we'll get that Umbral Siphon. So yeah, we're going to use Lurking Shadows. Okay, cross your fingers, gentlemen. Nowhere to hide. So mark Bugbear. Did I read this one? There is no one here but you, and the sound of my voice. Hey, it's right there. So the card we want in our hand is going to be Lies of the Shadows. That way we can use this to redirect Fright Train's damage. We're going to trash Unquiet Night because the Engine of Destruction is actually a little helpful here. And then, he is deep within his own shadow. Is everything he does weird seeming? We do want to play the bottom card. And then we get our end of turn power, which is the Umbral Siphon. Wait, are you suggesting we drive that spike into a person? That's a bit much, right? And then hit Bugbear for this. We'll hit him for 6 damage. Basically, a fifth of his health, gone like that. And I don't know if you got to hear me snap my fingers, but I did there. I need this, this, and this, so I could sacrifice one of those two, but there's a little bit of a combo I can do with Somber Tinker, so we'll leave that alone. It's just I need both of those cards intact, the Somber Tinker and, I'm drawing a blank here. Crud. Portable Dark Lab. Anyway, we're not going to discard because he's not going to heal. Visionary's going to take the damage, but it's not that big a deal. Out comes Wounding Slash. This we actually do need to block, so much for the combo. Goodbye, Somber Tinker. And then you have to discard a card because of the way Wounding Slash works. He'll hit us for 1, we'll hit him back for 2. Unfortunately, that damage boost from Lurking Shadows is extremely brief. That's one of those things that works against Writhe, why I don't have a high opinion of him. His variant looks really, really cool. And by the way, in case you saw Visionary hit Writhe, that's because Mr. Facsimile's driving Mantis Redirection. Anyway, we'll use Cerebral Hemorrhage here. So we hit Biomancer, which allows us to actually bypass his damage reduction. The mob will hit him, and he'll stick with 1 point of damage if we hit him here. Then we want to hit this guy, Bugbear. And then if we hit Repel Blade, the mob will kill him. So once again, you have to ask yourself, who is the menace here? And wait a second, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, these count towards the villain target thing for his advanced mode. For a second there, I was about to panic. I was thinking, oh crud, we knocked him down to 3, but yeah, we're gonna use Turmoil and peek on Biomancer. And before I forget. Oh, you think that hurts? You have no idea. So you have to ask yourself, would you rather have him twist to flesh to hit everyone, or New Creation, which is going to fish out a Flesh Child? I'd rather get the Flesh Child out, believe it or not. So we're going to put that on top. And if you're wondering why the Flesh Child, we have to go to his deck, and I'll show you. So if he pulls Clone Ranger, Duplex Patriot, Tempersonation, or Carbon Adept, I can kill them with Darkly Dreaming. If he pulls a Homunculus, that sucks. Anyway, kill Repel Blade. I don't actually think order matters here, just want him dead first. So that's going to hit him for 1. It's going to hit Fright Train for 3. Mr. Facsimile redirects to Writhe. Writhe can protect himself. Out comes Drudge Ficko. New Creation. Is it going to be a Homunculus? So, do I want to discard here? No, I don't. Because I need all 3 of those, I think. Plus, this will knock Writhe down to about the same point as the others, not really a big deal. And it's the Carbon Adept. So you have to watch out for him popping your ongoings. He's another one of those really overpowered cards in Biomancer's deck. So, it's combo time. So if you don't know how the Dark Conductor works, you can use Vernal Sonata to set up a deck and then play the card in question. So, we're going to use Vernal Sonata to heal everyone for 1. Choose for me. We're going to leave the horn where it is, and here's the thing that matters. So, one of the weaknesses to Writhe is he really needs a lot of card plays. There's a few different cards I'd like to get out here, but I can't. So, there you go. So we need to put a card on top of his deck that'll give him a play. And out of all of these, the only one that gives him a play on anything is the Unquiet Knight. We're going to leave her stuff alone. Our allies come in all shapes and sizes. Spooky, creepy stuff. I don't know if that's actually annoying you guys. Bio, Writhe, friend or foe, Unquiet Knight. It's a good thing this Unquiet Knight was there just when I was talking about it, you know? Well, now, that's not a sight you see every day. Nor would you want to. So we're gonna pop Fico. That way if any annoying vampires come out, we can kill them. We wish to play a card, and we are going to Darkly Dream. So the Shadow Cloak is going to amplify this to 3 damage across the board, 1 to Biomancer because he's a jerk. And as you may have guessed, we want to go ahead and pop this so that they hit themselves. So I'm going to do this in slow motion so you can see the Flesh Child kill himself, Mr. Facsimile is going to kill himself, Biomancer's going to hit himself for full damage, Fright Train's going to hit himself for 4 because of the Engine of Destruction, that's why I didn't destroy that in case you're wondering. And these don't have anything special going for them, so just go. Now the one thing that sucks is I don't have the Shadow Cloak now to block his damage, so we're going to have the Adept take any hits here. Last Stop pulls Infecting in air, so it doesn't do anything. So this is going to give us a power. It's also going to deal damage. It would be nice if I could actually use this on Biomancer, but it's fine. We're going to use that power to get the Shadow Cloak out, but we want to... Well, first, you may hide in the darkness, but I speak its language. Hit Bugbear. So then you want to use this, fish it out of your trash, and then make sure Buggy doesn't heal. These are all good cards. As for this... So you don't want to do it anyway because Writhe can... Actually, no, I want him to take this. So now we knock him down to 2, which means Visionary's going to kill him. Cue-Ball comes out. Cue-Ball's going to... Who's he hit? Most cards in play, 2 projectile damage. So if I have... We're going to have him go for Dark Visionary. In case you're wondering why, I need to make sure that Writhe stays the highest hit points, otherwise bad things happen. Imagine what it feels like for your brain to slowly die. It's like that, but faster. Goodbye, Bugbear. So on his flip side, he heals everything around him. That's actually kind of cool. Is that Knife? I think that's Knife. Start Bugbear's turn, each villain target regains 1 hit point. By the way, I should also point out, in case you see the Night Mist symbol here, that's because Mangrove is the nemesis of Night Mist. It's also worth pointing out that the Crackjaw crew has their emblem displayed. I don't know if their effect takes place because Writhe may not count anymore, but that's why Writhe has his symbol up. I don't think the Adept has anyone, though. Anyway, this will hit Fright Train for 2 because Demoralization will rate him for 2. This will hit Biomancer for full damage because of Demoralization. Can't do anything to the Moculus. And for the Turmoil... 1 second, let me move the feline. I spoil this cat, I tell you. Just hops up in front of the monitor while I'm in the middle of a freaking game. And here's Mangrove. So we're going to put him on top because Plow Through, not fun. So Mangrove's going to deal 1 across the board, 3 damage total. If you do Plow Through, he's going to be hitting you for 8 total. It's going to hit 2 guys for 2, and then he has +2 in effect, so yeah, Mangrove on top. Relic Doratoya. So she's going to help us with Fright Train. She'll hit my team, yes, but not Writhe. But then again, she won't hit Biomancer either. Out comes a new creation. So, well, he's gonna get hit anyway. This will knock him down to 10. That's fine. Pulls Homunculus. He has 3 Homunculi now. Okay, order here is gonna matter, I think. Actually, no, it won't, because I don't have that card in play. I needed Lies out. Oh well. So hit her, hit him, and then we're going to hit the Adept. So for the Adept, we're going to play Silver Shadow here. Now is the time for bold actions. Then we're going to use that heal. So then you want to play a card because we're going to do some more shenanigans. We need the Vernal Sonata going. Choose for me, skip, and then just like last time we want to use the Unquiet Night. This doesn't matter. Thought I was going to say at that time, didn't you? So we're going to do Biomancer and Writhe, Clone Ranger, and Unquiet Night. So we're going to use this to kill Doratoya, or I don't know how to say her name. We want to play Lies of the Shadows, that way we can use the redirection of the Shadow Cloak to turn Fright Train's damage against him. And with all these on-a-turn plays for Writhe, I know there's a lot of cards I'm not actually reading. Sorry. So skip this. Yep. Nowhere to hide. And now keep in mind he gets an additional +1 because of Engine of Destruction, so he's going to hit himself for 6. And then this is going to do 1 across the board. Writhe shot back, in case you're wondering. It knows I am no longer there, but can it follow me? So that's one of the Scions, I think, but I don't know which one. I know he was a creepy Chad, but I don't know that even he deserves such a fate. Foreshadowing, perhaps. So yeah, what we want to do here is we're going to use Skiyamaki. I think that's how it's pronounced. If you don't know what this does, you cause a target to hit themselves, so it's good to use on Fright Train later on, if we can get another one, but right now Biomancer is the one we need to worry about. We have to finish him before he heals. So he's going to hit himself, nullifying the damage, this will hit, and then my follow-up damage will hit. This will allow me to play the Cloak Projector, and then I can get the Shadow Cloak back out. Desist, creature. Succumb to the embrace of the shadows. I think that's Progeny he's hitting. Shadow Cloak's in the trash. And we only have 1 power play here, so we gotta make it count. Hit him for 4 and deny him his healing. We drew another Umbral Siphon. So, worst come to worst, that's something I can just throw away. So this will heal the Homunculi, but it will not heal Biomancer. It will heal Fright Train, however. Luckily, Demoralization will offset that right here. And we need to set up Biomancer for the kill. So we're going to hit him with Mind Spike here for full damage. No more Dawn. I've had enough. And right here. So I have a chance to end this next turn, but I need some help. Court. Dame Katarina. She'll hit the guy with the lowest HP, which is actually a Homunculus. That's fine. only a 1-point difference before she go after Biomancer. She'd only hit him for 1 though, but still an extra point. Twist of Flesh. So I have to wonder here is, do I want... No. So my answer is no. We want this one to hit the Adept. Oh, I screwed up here. That should have hit Writhe, because then I could have blocked some of the damage and then still destroy the Shadow Cloak. Oh well. Hit him down to 4. And it's cadence time, folks. Time for a little improvisation. So I'm going to palm this card, put this one on top, put this one on bottom, put this one in trash, play another cadence. So we want to play this one. I'm going to palm this, put this on top, put this on bottom, trash the flare. Out comes the Sonata. So, choose for me. We have to decide what we want to play with Writhe here. Skiyamaki is the best bet because that will allow me to pull the Shadow Cloak out and I can have Fright Train hit himself. This doesn't matter because this is ending next turn. Biomancer, Writhe. Out comes Duplex Patriot and the Skiyamaki. So we're going to do Skiyamaki. Fright Train, hit yourself. Harder. I'm going to hold on to that in case I need to neutralize something with the Shadow Cloak. Cloak is in my trash. Duplex Patriot bites the dust. Out comes Off the Rails. Yep. Hey, Fright Train. You dropped this. So you have options on how you want to end this. If you use Darkly Dreaming, that will not do it. You'll fall short in terms of damage. If you use Nowhere to Hide, that will deal 3 points of damage to him. It's irreducible. It gives you a power so you can get your cloak out, or you can just hit him with the Umbral Siphon for the kill. For the Umbral Siphon, this won't do it, but how often do you get to see someone swallowed by Shadow? Burn, my brother, you must fight it. Do not let it devour you. And yeah, that's the end of the Biomancer. So, hopefully you see why I hate team games. And I will go ahead and mention, for those of you, if this is the first one-shot you're looking to do, this one's not that easy. You have to know a little bit about how Writhe works. In case you're wondering, I've been playing a few games of him here and there. Not necessarily in search of his variant, just to see, is there something to the guy I'm overlooking? Because you can get him to work, it takes a lot of effort. It's just, I can't justify not putting that effort into a different hero. Like, the Adept is a pretty good support for him, especially the Dark Conductor, because you can give him card plays, speed up his setup, and you can do all the other Adept shenanigans to, well, just do Adept stuff. For the Dark Visionary, the combo from her is you want to use Twist the Ether, and then there's a card that he has. I forget what it's called, that it allows you to deal like 9 damage per turn. You know what? Let's go look for it. There's no point in me describing some of this stuff and it falling on deaf ears. So, Void Guard Writhe, show cards. The one in question is it Concealed Assault? Yes, it is. So Writhe deals 1 target, 1 melee damage. They can deal 1 infernal and 1 psychic damage. If 2 types of damage are dealt by Writhe this way, destroy the Shadow Cloak. So with Twist the Ether, you can turn them all into 1 type of damage. All infernal, all melee, all psychic, all whatever. And since it's 1 type, Shadow Cloak is safe, and it'll still give you the +1. And then Twist the Ether gives you a +1 anyway, so that's where the 9 damage comes from. So Shadow Cloak, that card twists the ether. Even Imbued Fire from Ra will work because that turns it all into fire damage. Writhe can nuke stuff really, really fast. And if you're wondering why that isn't necessarily a good thing, you have no way to get this card out. The fastest way you can possibly do it is to use the portable Dark Lab to speed through your deck. A couple of Writhe's cards here and there give him a card draw, like Lurking Shadows, and Somber Tinker, I think it's... yeah, Somber Tinker. That one gives you a card draw. Quiet Night can. Of course, your best source of card draws, though, is Erratic Form, where you either discard a card to draw something else, or you get one when the Shadow Cloak is destroyed. That can help you find this, and then if one of those two is your partner, well, you're golden. I don't think there's any environments that turn your damage type from one thing into another. But yeah, he has a bunch of odds and ends, which kind of makes sense with him being the inventor type. He's the Mr. Fantastic of the group. It's really hard to get all these things to come together. Like, it's really telling when he only has 3 copies of 3 different cards. There's this one, which is an AoE card, nothing special. This one gives you a card draw and a power use, but it's not really that great. And then this one, which allows you to fish crap out of your trash. It's not like you get extra copies of Skiyamaki, or the other one, which is... it's not nowhere to hide. It's Fight and Fade. This is the other one that allows you to pull out the Shadow Cloak. So, it's a lot of work to get him to work. And it's not really worth it. In case you're wondering, my favorite member of the Void Guard is the wannabe Human Torch, Dr. Medico. And we'll have to see if next week is time to shine. To be perfectly honest, I'm hoping there are no Void Guard hints for their variants for a while. I don't want that in the near future. I'm kind of hoping next week's game is a little simpler, a little safer, something that I can do just in case I end up having to record this much later than I'd like I currently am. And that's where we currently are. So, if there's anything else, leave a comment, I'll try to reply. This one I imagine people are going to have trouble with, so you get to see what all I did, and if you have any questions on why, I can try to explain a little bit better. Your call. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching.